No shade to Liv because Liv,
No, we just saw that. That's why I said that. The
yeah, man.
Liv got a shot, but we just saw that. So
Liv,
it's
Liv,
Elimination Chamber. This is basically the Rumble. You got to get somebody else a shot.
Liv. Another
Yes.
lifetime,
Okay.
another lifetime, Liv.
Guys, this is Santi Numerel, and you're listening to Wrestling Behind the Curtain.
Yee. You already know what it is, it's your boy. You know what I mean? Any chance? We got Do-Rag Kenny today. So goody. You know what I mean? Live in full effect. We're doing two Jones today. So, make sure you stay to the end. We're gonna start it off with Elimination Chamber, our predictions. And then, what I'm saying, we're gonna segue into Battle in the Valley tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be Mercedes Monet. You know what I mean? Her debut. Well, official debut, but I'm gonna let Kenny say what's up real quick. I'm gonna get into a little promos real quick so y'all can do what y'all do, and then we'll get into it though. But y'all already know it's me.
Yeah, it's your boy Kenzo. You already know. Like Sharon said, we're gonna get to Battle of the Valley. That's that New Japan John, and we're gonna get into Elimination Chamber, which is a really short card. I wouldn't be surprised if they added something because none of these even look pre-show ready unless they're not gonna have a pre-show. But we're gonna get into that, all that good stuff, anything we got coming up, what we thinking about, direction and WWE. You know how we do with the pay-per-views and stuff. So make sure y'all join the Discord. Don't forget that.
Well, yeah, I'm about to go ahead and hit it with the promos now. But like you said, we got new merch, people. So y'all make sure y'all go get that. I put in the description box. Hopefully, maybe I'll do a little drawing for y'all real quick so y'all can see what we got going on. But we got new merch. You know what I'm saying? It's a work. You know what I'm saying? Rest behind the curtain, all that good shit. Go check it out. We also got the Discord, like Kenny just said. Make sure you join that. It's gonna be lit during elimination tonight. I know that. And it might be an extensive battle in the valley. I don't know, depending on the people out. Because we do got some UK members in there too. So if you're watching from UK, India, whatever, we appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? What else? What else? What else? Patreon. You know what I'm saying? We put the clips up in there. Some of y'all ain't there yet, but we put clips on there for people. You know what I mean? That just get the Patreon. Let's get all that good stuff. So with that being said, like I said, we're gonna get Elimination Chamber. You know what I mean? Sammy's well deserved pop that they got last night. If you ain't watched, we're gonna do a recap. But pop last night was crazy. Kind of made me feel like, man, should probably win the title, but he's not. But we'll get that later. But I'll let Kenny lead off, run point like you do. You know what I mean?
Like I
Oh,
said, it's a short card. So
shout out to the Miz last night too, because
yeah, for
you know what
sure.
I mean? You saw the clutch.
Yeah. He really good at holding the brand up for WWE, like without the belt. I mean, I kind of sometimes, kind of wish he had the belt more because of the way he carries it, but that's another conversation for another day. We need
Yeah.
more of those. But
He do need
yeah,
one more run.
I don't know where they
At least at the Intercontinental title. At least
I don't know one thing. We talk about Rising Stars a lot. They probably time it wrong. Um First on the card, I think, for at least to me, that's just where you start, is Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, the big beefy dudes, And honestly, I struggled with a pick here because you can go both directions. Brock is undefeated at Elimination Chamber, which really just means 1-0, but whatever.
I did not know that.
They like they little streaks wherever they can find them. So 2-0 is something they'll like to shout out. But same time, Bobby Lashley, if he can he lose and get back with the Hurt Business? That's why I'm leaning towards right now. Bobby Lashley actually losing, but again, Brock Lesnar, we know he's not a full timer. We know he's not going to be here all the time. So giving him this win, what would he really do? But also Bobby won last, and we know WWE logic. So I'm gonna have to go Brock.
Well, we know old WWE logic.
You see, I'm gonna be applying it quite a few times.
I'm also agree with
Not
the
completely
is
gone
it.
yet.
I'm also gonna agree with the is it. You know what I mean? Because Karrion Cross, word is he ain't really too happy about the spot he at right now. So I mean, you could be true. All right, so let me see. Um, I'm kind of on the fence too as well, and I'm gonna tell you why. If you watched SmackDown yesterday, we just said we're not gonna do a recap. Bray and Uncle Howdy came out. Bray cut a promo. He basically said, whoever wins between Bobby and Brock, you better run. As far as I know, Bray don't want to work with. I mean, Brock don't want to work with Bray. So I don't see Brock winning because of that. Because
That's
think about it.
I
Think
didn't even
about
think
it.
about that, but when you say it, of the two, wouldn't you rather Brock work with Bray? Because I mean, we don't talk about it a lot, but I mean, personally, of the two, Brock a lot funnier than Bobby. I don't even think Bobby's ever tried to be funny. I think it's though like it's not his thing. We don't even got to go into that. Brock,
I
he's
mean,
not Austin, but he's done it. Like if we this is rape the all this other stuff. This is not gonna be some normal stuff. We already know how that works. What is Bobby going? I mean, or the Hurt Business? Because again, that's where I'm leaning towards. That's the only purpose of this match to me is to get the Hurt Business back properly, basically. Because again, Brock's a part timer and all that other stuff. What else
well,
can
that's
this
the,
be for?
well,
But
that's the
if we
thing.
can
Because
play into it, I don't know.
I just don't. I believe I've heard before, and we're not Sean Ross. You know what I'm saying? So, and insiders like Uncle Dave. You know what I mean? But I think I remember hearing that Bray ain't trying to. I mean, Brock ain't trying to work with Bray. And there are many other people that don't want to work with Bray, not because of talent wise. They just say that when the program is finished, they kind of don't come out better. They kind of just come out confused. I don't see Brock.
There's nothing to gain from beating or losing to Bray. You had basically almost always just a strange feud. I mean, we keep talking. We can't go all the way far back, but this is what people bring up. The only person who wasn't, because they have that chart. The only person who wasn't affected in a negative way, I guess you could say, is two people: Seth and John Cena. And this is not true. Seth was definitely negatively affected. It's just that he came out through the other eye shining again. It took some time. But that Hell in a Cell, terrible. We don't gotta bring it up again. And they still using the red cell, but whatever.
Well, technically, my big goose, Roman came out good too because that's when he turned heel. Him versus Bray and
Okay,
Braun.
that's true. But I mean, Roman's another thing. He's basically untouchable. We knew that was going to be a project. No, they was
Yeah,
gonna keep working on that no matter what.
I
And then
just
you got, and then if you look at it, you look at John Cena, he disappeared. So does it really count that he didn't come out looking worse for wear after the WrestleMania thing? Because he is a part timer now anyway, so it don't matter. But I don't know. I don't know if that's really something we could really say is a real thing. It's just the thing is if you beat Bray, okay, and what now? I've said it several times. Bray should never be in the title picture. He's a character and all that other stuff. Until stuff, you can have all that stuff just somewhere else outside of the title picture at all times, mid card to upper card, somewhere around there. But he don't need the belt because it don't make no sense for him to win or lose it. It's
isn't
kind of
this
same
a,
with other people.
isn't this amazing how this one pick is taking like 18 minutes? But like I
Because
said,
I mean, this probably gonna be the longest out of all of
yeah,
them,
yeah.
except maybe the chambers because there's more people in
Yes,
them.
make sure you hit the like real quick if y'all still watching and you ain't subscribed yet. Um, yeah, make sure you definitely subscribe because we're gonna answer some questions from y'all at the end. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, if y'all asking time, because I posted some for y'all. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't see Brock wanting to do it with Bray. Like, pause. I just don't see it. And then I can't see him taking the L to Bray. I don't think. I might say he doesn't respect him because, like I said, I don't know. And Brock looks like he's a little more fun backstage nowadays. So
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
if
that part time contract is nice and sweet in your pocket.
I don't know if he's rocking with Bray like that. I could see Bobby either losing or beating Bray. Because if he beats Bray, he's not really affected because Bobby. And then you do have the Hurt Business if they do form because they help Brock. I mean, they help Bobby beat Brock. Then I can see that happen. Then you get the full on Bray like
See,
stable.
I I had like a whole while you said that because brought back to Her Business. We taking too long on this, like you said, but I had a whole like booking thing in my head. I was thinking about like you could really use Bray as a really good way to bring the Hurt Business back again. Because what else? What other thing can you do here? So you could really like how if. But the thing is, if they would have built Bray up to have been not beating more people because we know who Bray is, but have that happening. Okay, Bray's this big bad, and then it takes all the Hurt Business come together. But it's not a shame that happened because if four dudes beat up one, that don't look that good unless you've made it so that Bray has basically been unbeatable besides Roman, and
Yeah.
Roman don't care because it's not his problem. That's the way you'd have to frame it. Remember when wrestling was the whole show was connected somehow? It didn't make sense all the time, but everything touched. Now it's just we watching like 8 programs at once, and they all separate, which is what makes it harder to book these things.
So Brock is what against Bobby?
What is the record? I think
He's 2-3, right?
I think he's is it 2-1, 1-1 or some shit? I think this is gonna be their fourth meeting or third meeting. Because we remember we were asking for together. Now they
I feel like it's gonna be the third. That's what I'm saying. So
I believe they've won one each minimum.
I'm gonna go. I feel like Brock is up one.
I'm pretty sure Brock is up, but
So then I'm gonna say Bobby wins, and then we're not gonna get that match at WrestleMania because I think they're really going for Gunther versus Brock. I don't know.
This match would be good if we don't. This could be good, but definitely not if we're gonna see it again at WrestleMania.
My heart says Brock because Brock is Brock, but I'm only gonna go with Bobby. Don't kill me later, y'all. I'm only gonna go with Bobby because I don't think Brock wants to work with Bray. Not in a bad way, just as far as creative wise. I don't think he wants to work with Bray. So for that reason only, I'm gonna go with Bobby.
All right,
and we're finally done with that segment. So moving on.
Oh, no, everyone knows I love tag teams, but I hate mixed tags because they don't work. So Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. I think Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley win with some interference. The
you talking about Beth Phoenix?
Huh?
Beth and
it's Beth and Edge versus Finn Balor and Rhea. I'm going Finn and Rhea.
Oh.
Because why give Edge and Beth? What are we gonna do with them getting a win here? I really don't.
I get it, but didn't Edge just lose last time before he left? He's gonna lose again. And I've said this last time.
He's Edge. He's not gonna stop being Edge anymore.
I get that, but I said last time when Edge lost, which you do have a valid point. Like Edge, we're always going to be excited for Edge. But what I said last time, I remember when. I think when he lost to Finn. What's the point of me getting excited for Edge to come back? Because every time he comes back, he loses. So he doesn't really have any. Oh shit, he might win like factor. So does it really hurt the heel Judgment Day if Edge and Beth win and they get one back with maybe help from Ray?
I don't know because a lot of times they don't want baby to be the ones.
I just booked it. So Edge, Beth win, help from Ray, and then we get the Ray versus Dominic at WrestleMania.
We're definitely gonna get Ray versus Dominic. I don't know how we're gonna get there. I say, Rhea, I don't know. Rhea would be a little shine right now. I feel like they're gonna want to give her a dub. I could see Edge spearing Beth Phoenix by accident, Rhea Ripley with the cover, and bam.
You know what? I like this though because we always agree on picks, and so far
it's this card. I'm not gonna lie to you. This card is not. It really don't have a lot of direction. I'm sure it could go. That's why I think we're on definitely different sides on a lot of stuff because. Everything 50-50 booking so far.
Is it good though that we're confused, or is it not?
My thing. I always want to be kept guessing. I don't like knowing. Like, even when I'm watching like a movie, if I know it's coming a couple times, it's cool. Like, I'm pretty smart. I don't mind that. But if I know the whole way, bro, I'm getting up. Me and Rook talk about it all the time. All right, I ain't finishing this, bro. If I know the whole thing, come on, I need some entertainment. So
speaking of that Geek Out channel, Rook did do a review. If you haven't seen our Geeked Out channel. Go check that out in the description box. But Rook did do a review of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Spoiler free.
You might want to go check that out. But all right, so you're going Judgment Day. I'm gonna go with Edge and Beth. Moving along.
We going championship or we going one of the elimination chambers first? Which one you want to go?
What is it? Championship? You talking about the Roman one?
Yes, Roman and Seth.
Let's say that to last.
All right, so the women's chamber. Let me read the list because I had it on top of my head. The women's chamber is Oscar, Liv Morgan, Nikki Cross, Raquel Rodriguez, Natalia, who's always around, and Carmella.
So I'll let you go first, but I already kind of think I have my answer because of the way I think the feature dirt sheet leaks of our card for WrestleMania.
It's got to be Oscar because Oscar versus Bianca Belair is.
All right, so the first one we agree on.
An actual match. Look, can I say these names? Let me read these names and say Bianca versus Bianca Belair, and then we could understand it. It don't make no sense to do it. Liv Morgan versus Bianca Belair, we just saw it. Nikki Cross versus Bianca Belair, okay. Natalia versus Bianca Belair, no. Carmella versus Bianca Belair, we got some star power, but no wrestling. We don't really care about that. Carmella's getting sweet. And Raquel Rodriguez is the only one with a decent shout, but versus Oscar, one of those two, I'm picking Oscar. So
Yeah, because no shade to Liv, because
no, we just saw that. That's why I said that. The
Liv,
Living League's got a shot, but we just saw that. So it's
Liv,
Elimination Chamber. This is basically the Rumble. You got to get somebody else a shot.
Liv. Another lifetime.
Okay.
Another lifetime, Liv. You already know. But I love Liv, especially what she did to the fans. Shout out. These fans was following the shit at her at the airport. Following the shit out of her in the airport. I don't know why y'all do that. That's so cringy. You know what I mean?
Mad weird.
And you can see she was definitely like pissed, but she still turned around, signed it, so they get the F out. And so shout out to you because you're a real one. Because I wouldn't have did that. They would have felt the rage. But Liv, no, I think you had your little shine, so it's not for you. Nikki Cross, we only feel the way we feel about her because the way she was booked with the superhero gimmick. Because when she first did come in, she was with Sanity and she was a badass.
Yeah, NXT Nikki was fired.
We did want that to happen, but you got to.
And her and Alexa Bliss wasn't bad either. It was after that breakup because of everything they tried to do with Alexa Bliss.
You gotta kind of get built back up a little bit again. Raquel, I do agree. She probably does have a future like Montez Ford. So that's not gonna happen yet. Carmella, I love Carmella. I'm glad you're back. There is something about her that does bring star power and she is a great heel. I give her that. It could help because I can't stand her fucking.
I knew you was coming. I was like, where's the Corey Graves coming? Where is it? It's coming.
Yeah, I just hate your face, bro.
but
I guess you do your job.
Punchable face.
I guess you do the job because I don't like you. And Asuka, what was the whole point of her switching over a character if it wasn't for this moment? You know what I mean? Asuka versus, Belair would be good. We all wanted, and I believe she even said that she kind of wanted the Charlotte thing. I think we all wanted it, but I guess not this Mania. So yeah, Asuka.
Who is Charlotte? Should be facing someone soon.
She's going against Rhea.
Right. That could have been on this card instead of that mixed tag, but whatever.
I would have rather had because we already did that. I would have rather had Charlotte versus Bianca. That's the match I want to see. And then the perfect booking: Charlotte versus Bianca versus Jade, but that's another day.
So yeah, here's the Elimination Chamber match for the U.S. Championship match, which is Austin Theory's, and he's also in the match. So it's Austin Theory, Seth Rollins, Montez Ford, Damian Priest, Johnny Wrestling, and Bronson Reed.
Okay.
I've seen this match before. I swear, Bronson Reed's going to destroy a pod because they like when the big dude do that. Damian Priest is going to do some. Montez Ford is going to jump off the top of a pod, but Austin Theory is going to retain. I think. I mean, unless so? I mean,
is it not Montez Ford time?
I feel. Is it not too soon? I don't know.
Oh no, it's not. Are we still in Black History Month?
We are.
So shout out, y'all need to go watch Kenzo's videos. Why you should be watching Black History Month edition. They're in the channel and they are fire. It talks about doing Rocky Johnson, Junkyard Dog, Booker T, and who's the last one you did before that?
Ron Simmons.
Ron Simmons, dang. You know what I mean? So you might want to go check that out real quick. But I feel you with the Bronson Reed. It's no shade to you, Bronson. I've said it before, I don't get the gimmick since he's been there. Like I don't get what he's doing.
Like another bad call up, but we don't have to go down this. I mean, if I did a video on bad NXT call ups,
we should.
It'd be too long. It would be too long.
What we need to do a video of Triple H's reign, some of the missed shots of who he's brought back. Because there's a couple. But Bronson Reed, I get it. You're just gonna do some ooh-ahs in there. Johnny Wrestling, another one, like I said, came back and did nothing. So that doesn't make sense. Seth Rollins, you're doing my dog dirty because low key, mid key, he's having some great ass matches in this losing season that he's having. Because the Cody shit was fire. All the work he's done with Austin Theory is fire. But I don't see him winning the U.S. title for what.
Yeah, like I said, we already know I don't mind loss. We also should have mentioned that Austin Theory did pre-recorded stuff with the belt as a champion, and Miles W didn't care about that too much. I mean, the stuff from what I've heard, it's up to like 4 months out of stuff he's been doing. So I mean, they might keep him with the belt just for that. But that's neither here nor there. Back to Seth. Like you
Oh,
were
yeah,
saying.
you talking about the John Cena shit?
Yeah. So I think about Seth, right? Is Seth
That might
again
sway me
same
then.
thing? He could losses don't matter as much for Seth. He coming out with the drip every week. He's again. Remember what I said as WWE keeps dying. Like we're losing characters. I've heard other people complain, mostly older dudes, but people who like wrestling or people who want to get back into it because that's where my focus usually is. It's hard to get people into wrestling. But old people getting back, that's a lot easier. So one thing they complain about is, old school wrestlers, they couldn't be nothing but wrestlers. Like if them dudes was wrestlers, they was homeless basically. Hacksaw Jim Duggan couldn't be nothing else. But Roman Reigns, like, I mean, obviously, yeah, he had the NFL type of, but I'm like, honestly, if you look at Roman, you like, this dude could be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. A lot of people don't like that. I think Seth is one of those characters. Obviously, he could have been anything else. The guy's an intelligent guy, but he's such a great character. He damn near, you would think if he wasn't an actor, he had to be a wrestler. So I think he could survive another loss. Again, with the pre-recorded stuff, Seth Rollins' the person I'm probably least worried about because Seth Rollins' U.S. belt don't even sound right, especially not right now. And so I just think he retains because unless it's Montez time, which is possible, but
I'm not gonna lie, I'm really leaning toward Montez Ford, but after you did set the pre-recorded stuff, now I'm thinking are they really gonna do that match for him versus John Cena?
I mean,
Which is possible, very possible.
cards subject to change. We know they've yanked matches from us before, but they usually wait till it's a lot closer or there's a real reason. Unless
And
John
I think
sign up for a new movie. I don't see why else. Why not?
somebody on Twitter said that I'm sorry that I don't know your name, miss. I can't remember, but I know you also got mad because somebody stole what you said and reposted it somewhere. But that's why I'm going to give you credit. Said that you said.
Make sure you don't get flamed up too.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna give you credit because it wasn't my theory, it was yours. But hopefully, if you ever watch this, because she has mad followers, so she probably ain't checking this right now. But if you ever check this, I'm saying that I know you did. She has glasses and stuff, so I know you did it. But she had this interesting take. What if Seth's new gimmick at WrestleMania, since he never gets that card, is he always has a mystery opponent like he did with Cody? Like it's always a mystery who his opponent's going to be. So if they go that angle, which I don't know if it's on their radar, that would be a fire angle, and Seth would still get a moment, and it'd still be fire, so he could take the L. But like I said, I was going to Ford, and if he wins, I'm not going to be mad because I did think he was going to win. But given what you said about Austin Theory, and I think they are hyping him to be what I said when he first came from Evolve, like the next Cena. I could see him winning and getting that Cena match. So I'm gonna go with Austin.
Yeah, because people are actually saying that it's too soon. But it's like, how much longer y'all think Cena gonna be wrestling? I told you, I warned y'all. Y'all seeing it. The Rock might not come out. These dudes is busy. Wrestling gets harder the older you get. Yes, wrestlers don't think they're old, but these dudes ain't wrestlers no more. They businessmen / actors. So they're not thinking they definitely aging different than all these other, and also those guys who age gracefully or whatever, they taking bumps all the time. You can say what you want about Ric Flair. I doubt he went longer than 6 months without taking a bump for an extended reason. These John Cena and Dwayne Johnson, they definitely going long time spells. No bumps, no ring ropes, no nothing.
Don't even get me talking about The Rock. Yo. I'm pissed off at you, bro.
So I don't. So they got to do this now because then you're gonna end up in a situation where you're talking about, oh, you're gonna make it a big headline at WrestleMania.
I'm pissed off at you, Dwayne.
Coming. And again,
Have you ever watched this? I'm pissed off at you, Dwayne. I don't give a shit. I don't even care if you snub me on the interview. Like,
hey, XFL starts today. I ain't mad at you. I'm gonna be watching. I ain't mad at you.
I'm sort of mad at you. Orlando Guardians. I'm here, but I'm mad at you, bro, because you built this Roman shit up for like 3 years now, and you didn't go, and you ain't coming. You know what I mean? And now you went to the Grammys. Like that's wrong, bro. That's wrong, son. I'm talking about we leaving the door for next year. I don't care next year. If you really fight Roman next year, I don't care. Like I really don't. I don't want to watch it no more. Like, I mean, this was the one. Hollywood, the height of this.
All of that included, but even if we ignore that, how can we keep this Roman? I mean, if WWE do it, hats off. But how do you keep this Roman momentum going for another year for WrestleMania next year? How? No way. I've got no faith in this company. Maybe in the past. That's how they should do that. We got 8 Sasha versus Bailey's.
Yeah. But I'm glad you didn't say that right now. Because what I was gonna say, going back to the Brock and Bobby thing, I know we're mad that they're fighting each other again. But if you go back to the wrestling where we started, because we're a little older than you guys. If you're watching, you're young. But our demo says that you guys are around the same age that we are, so you should know. Rivalries were like 8, 10 matches, like
Oh, for
back
sure.
to back to back. Like they fought each other forever, and we never got mad at it. We loved it. But now when people fight
That's
each other
also because they
twice,
changed so many stuff. We saw Rock Austin all types of different ways. Yes, there was a lot in ring, but there was different stipulations. There was always reason why they was different. I mean, Stone Cold not so much, but the Rock was 3 different people throughout those feuds. Like in the same time, you got Stone Cold doing stuff with Booker T at the same time, which was in my video. Go check that out for sure. Like they're not, I mean, again, this is what we talking about, like literally 2001 post invasion. Right around basically my favorite time of wrestling, right after Attitude Era, but before Ruthless Aggression. That's actually a sweet spot of wrestling a lot of people don't talk about. I really like that time. That's when we have
which we might do a video for it.
Exactly. So the thing when you look at that, it's like you could do 8, 9 matches because you got, oh, they did it with a click this time, or this there was so much more. Now it's like the formula of wrestling, especially WWE wrestling, is they're gonna do the same thing in ring. So you better do something else that's gonna make this more interesting, which they don't, which is why we have a problem when we see them 8 times in a year. Because when back in the day, you're right, we used to see them 8 times in 2-3 months. Sometimes, I mean, with TV tapes, and if you went looking for it, you'd see something you knew was coming before it got to TV. If you really wanted to. And we still watch it when it came to TV.
I ain't gonna lie, I could watch another Cody versus F. But anyway, where we're at. So I said Theory, and is this still are we at the end?
We got
Well, at least the end for Elimination, because don't forget.
yeah, we only got
Don't
one
forget,
more.
we're about to talk about Battle in the Valley.
We got one more on Elimination Chamber. We got
What's that?
Roman versus Sammy. You say you want to?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're at the end of Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll lead off. You know what I mean? I'll take the John Moran point. I think it's a very, very, very obvious choice, especially the way Sammy was milking, deservingly so, milking his pop last night because he knows
the ring music back at home
because he knows he's losing. Like, he knows he's losing. You know what I mean? Like the pop was crazy, and I'm really, I am really excited for Sammy. And if you watched the channel before, you should be subscribed. But if you're not, then subscribe now, and you'll be able to catch his takes in a future video. I've always been hard on Sammy. I've always said the way that they did him was dirty. I'm not invested in him. Same thing I said about Cesaro, aka Claudio. Now I said y'all fuck my man up. So I don't care what he does. I'm not invested anymore. I've said it about Sammy numerous times. And Kenny, what I'm saying, to his point, is always talking about El Generico and all this shit and how he was.
The man could go. If you can wrestle, I'm gonna give you a chance to come back every time. I rather a dude who can't speak than a dude who can't wrestle.
Yeah, so Kenny's told me, and I was like, nah, I'm not feeling that. But this whole shit, the whole bloodline, you could say Roman is the star, which Big Oos, Cuzzo, I can see it. You could say Jay's the real star because that is a whole storyline within itself. So I can see it. But Sammy has really, really held this storyline with what he's been saying, with the demeanor, with the character, with the facial expressions, with the acting. Like Sammy's really held it down. So for him to get that pop, because I'm being long-winded, for him to get that pop last night, it's well deserved. And I'm pretty sure it's his WrestleMania moment. It might not be his last because I'm gonna say what I say right now. He's gonna lose, but the way I feel like they're building it, could it be a triple threat in Mania?
You think he's gonna be protected? Because I do think we obviously he's gonna lose. He's at home. Again, we can say what we say about WWE without changing. People don't win at home in WWE still. That was not a pretty sure it's a Vince.
No, Vince,
but it might not have been a Vince thing. That is just I think that might be his dad thing. I think because remember, it was the territories. One of the old unspoken rules of territories is if you leave in a territory to go to another one, you lose before you leave. Mm-hmm. That's how it works. You always lose on your way out because I think part of it was they want you to come back, blah 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 blah, whatever, right? So I think Vince picked that up from his old boy, and they kept that, right? That's not something that's just going to change because Vince coming back. We keep talking about that, whatever. You lose at home. It's an accepted part of wrestling, blah blah blah. AEW tried to change it for a little bit, but even a lot of times you lose at home. I don't think anyone since Punk won at home. I don't remember. I gotta double check that. But again, losing at home is a traditional thing. In Japan, it's a different thing. You can't really do that. But if Sammy lose here, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna protect him. Like it's the emotion. Like when you looked at SmackDown last night, you gave him his music back, he did all that, you made it a big thing. And like you said, he was might have been the star of the biggest story we've had for a long time. Yes, Roman has done what he's done for the last year, but we talked about he's gonna get stale, it's gonna do this. And basically thanks to Sammy, J2, like you said, basically thanks to them, it didn't go stale. So I feel like you gotta reward that kind of thing. And how else they gonna do it but giving them a protected loss? Because again, we know the next feud for Sam, there's no belts involved. The next feud for Sami Zayn is probably gonna be funny again, unless like Kevin Owens come in here and make the save. And again, what else they gonna do?
See, that's the thing, because it is rumored that KO, Sammy tag team titles. But I feel like the triple threat is so much hotter. You know what I mean? But I guess again, I'm glad to be
Tag
confused.
belts are
I'm
dead.
glad to be confused
Tag
because
division is
yeah.
needs some reviving for
But
me.
how do you protect? How do
You
you
said that,
protect?
and I
How
was
do you
like,
protect them
that
tonight?
that would be cool if I cared.
How do you protect them tonight? Because are the Usos allowed in Canada?
I don't know.
Like supposedly they are not because of Jimmy. No shade.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's a rumor in the dirt sheets that said that they were given permission to come this time. So if that happens, then okay, cool. I can see the protection. I can see the whole, interference and leading up to certain things. But if not, who protects them? Is it Solo again? Is it KO? Like, does KO come to the pop? Like, how does it go down? You know what I mean? Don't know. But I think we're both in agreement Roman's winning, and I feel like Roman is gonna whoop him bad.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's gonna be like a massacre. So the ending has to be protected. I mean, because look at all the stuff you said about Sammy. You're not the only one who had those opinions, Sammy. And what you think? I mean, he gets ragdolled. Yes, many other people have been beaten by Roman, but I mean, where are most of them?
Who's the
So
last person that got drugged by Roman? I feel like somebody got whooped by Roman.
it's not Jay. No, it's got to be someone between then and now, right?
No, it wasn't Jay. It wasn't Goldberg. Although he did kind of choke the shit out of him.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Yo, Goldberg, come on, man. You know I got beef with you because we used to be homeboys. You know what I mean? When we did Celebrity Apprentice together. You know what I mean? Check the tape. I got the receipts too. But we used to be cool. Then all of a sudden, we had this conversation. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say what the conversation was, but it was something about wrestling. Then you disappeared on me. It's all good. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna hold that grudge. But that's why I got pissed with you first. But you don't come for Rihanna, bro. I don't know what your deal was with Rihanna and why you didn't like the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And why you thought it was disgusting. But you don't come for Riri, son. You're not the Navy. I'm all Navy president right here. You don't come for Riri, bro. Now we really got problems. So WWE, if you ever want to make that match happen, you know what I mean, go over versus, somebody, a YouTuber again, I'm ready. Now gear up. Because you don't come for Riri. But
Hey, the training montage would go crazy. I'm definitely driving up to Orlando. We going crazy with the Max. Get
well,
ready for the Goldberg match.
so you don't come for Riri, so not Riri. I was cool with you almost killing Undertaker. You know what I mean? I was cool with the matches that you haven't been performing, but you don't
First of
come.
all, no, you wasn't. You complained the whole time. We were never cool with the matches. We were like, please do not. This is the worst contract I've ever seen. That
And it
did
was
the
hard for me. Like
2 years of match,
I'm
two
having
matches a year is terrible.
I'm having a Seth Punk moment. It was hard for me to talk bad about him. I really didn't want to. You know what I mean? Because like I said, there was a prior, not best friend relationship, but like unlike Kenny Omega, but there was a relationship because we did work together, and we did have conversations on the phone. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to say that bad. I was trying to be professional and just try to keep it light. But you don't come for Riri, bro. You don't come for Riri. Period. But go ahead. I'm done.
So yeah, I think we can wrap that up. We both saying Sammy loses. Hopefully,
So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Roman's gonna win this. But like I said, we about to turn over to, Battle in the Valley. That's the next card. But if you want to cut off here because you don't really fuck with New Japan, it's all good. So make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe, do the good stuff, get the merch because we got brand new merch. Join the Discord. It is free. It pops during the pay-per-view, sometimes during some of the shows. And Patreon, get that support the channel so we can go to the next level. But with that being said, if you're not staying, enjoy your day. Be yourself. But if you're still here or you just got back, it's your boy. Chance, rest behind the curtain. Do Red Kenny's in the building, so you know it's lit. If you're catching us now, because I'm gonna chop it up. If you're catching us now, go back. We did Elimination Chamber review, so if you watch WWE, you might want to go check that out. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, join the Discord, get the merch, join the Patreon, do all that good stuff. But I'll let Kenny definitely lead off because New Japan is his thing. Because I watch it sometimes, especially when my Jay White is in the building. You know what I'm saying? Still his era, but this is definitely his expertise, which you need to go watch his Why You Should Be Watching series because he does New Japan shit all the time. Check it out. But Kenny, run that point like my new Lakers, Russell, D'Angelo Russell, you know what I mean? You was snitching, you was a snitch before, so I don't know if I can get past that. But my new Lakers is looking nice.
I don't even want to talk about basketball. The Heat depress me. The East, I'm not doing it. Anyways, this card is actually longer than I thought it was when we talked about it. You mentioned, well, that was in the last video, I guess, technically, but you mentioned our UK homies. They don't got to worry about this too much because that's actually in Cali, not in Japan. I thought it was in Japan, so it's actually going to be tonight, not tomorrow late.
It's at 10. It's at 10.
So, yeah, it's at 10, not 2 a.m. like normal. So it's funny.
That's still got to be hard. That's still got to be a hard card. So do you sleep all day if you can to be ready to go at 10 p.m.?
Well, you mean, it depends where they're coming from because a lot of these guys.
10 p.m. then for is it 10 p.m. them or 7?
It's 7 them, but you gotta remember, it's also they're coming from Japan, so they're it's a far distance, but it's not as many time zones to go across for us.
So they're probably sleeping. Okay. I'm just
saying, a lot of airlines, the money these people probably playing. The airlines, they close the windows, you go to sleep when you wake up, whatever time it is.
That's gotta be hard to travel and get
for sure. Traveling across time zones all the time. Oh yeah, jet lag got to be crazy. I don't know how these people wrestle and focus. So again, card longer than I thought. 10-match card. We're gonna try to run through it because there's some bangers in here. I'm not gonna lie, because this is all they got. AEW in here. They got Impact. They got CMLL, and of course New Japan. So we're gonna start. JR Kratos. This is a singles match to start off. JR Kratos versus Alex Coughlin. I'm going with the young dude in this match and the next match. I'm going Alex Coughlin. He's a rising star. I think he's mostly New Japan. He's on Strong. I don't know if he's got any other contracts. We're gonna get through that nice and quick. Next match, both these dudes. David Finlay, which is
look at that. Kenny, no, I don't know. He didn't want to get. Let me get a pick in.
We gonna. I know you ain't know those two. Those we gonna get that quick. But you do know this next guy, Bobby Fish versus David Finlay. Bobby Fish is like 80 years old, and David Finlay is, I believe, 30. So I'm gonna go with the younger dude again because what is Bobby Fish winning this match for? He hasn't been a New Japan regular yet. So
after the way he left AEW and then did all that dumb shit, I don't really care about.
Yeah.
So someone say he should have kept his mouth shut, waited for Kyle O'Reilly to come back if he does, and they could have worked something out. But I don't know what you was thinking, but yeah, I'm not going Bobby Fish.
Next one is a 8-man tag team match. It's Mascara Dorada, which is from CMML. Josh Alexander, Adrian Quest, and Rocky Romero, who was one of the Tiger masks at one point for New Japan, which is you don't usually not know. He was Black Tiger, I believe. Usually don't know that. So the fact that we know that he was unmasked at some point, but he's pretty fire. So I'm going with that team. They're going against Kushida, formerly of NXT, Voda Jr., Kevin Knight, and the DKC. So this 8-man tag, nice and quick. You got anything on that one?
My bad. I do not. I was looking at some shit that that Goldie responded to. Y'all are wild on Twitter, and the shit y'all responded to early in the morning on the timeline. It is definitely not appropriate, but y'all wild this morning.
I'll check
but
it
no,
out.
I don't. I'm gonna go with your expertise on that one.
Next match is a championship match for the Strong Openweight Championship. Fred Rosser, the first ever champion, he's had it for a while now. Versus Kenta of the Bullet Club, of course. I like Fred Rosser. He is huge. The Openweight Championship, I'm still not sure what's the point, but again, it's on Strong. It's a belt, and it's a nice looking belt, and it's had prestige because that tournament for it was pretty fire. Had a lot of dogs in there. I believe John Moxley was in there. He didn't win, which is always something to me because they love him over there on New Japan Strong. So I think Rosser retains. It's too soon for him to get off the belt, but I do think it's gonna be a good match. If you're gonna check out this card, this is probably around the time I'm gonna turn it on because again, Kenta, Fire, and then Fred Rosser. So
So who's the guy you just said?
Fred Rosser is the champion. He's a big black dude, and he's on strong. He's
Is
been
he
on
like
strong for 6 months, I think.
is he like their dude now? Like
I think he's like not future, but like he's a rising star in between, like somewhere in between there. He's like,
how long has he had the belt?
I mean, it's his first reign on. Oh, he was on WWE. What's his name? Darren Young, the big black dude. Yeah. So he hasn't been there that long.
You sure it's Darren Young?
That's who he used to be. Yeah, Darren Young. He's been all over the place. Jeez.
Oh, the guy that came out.
Yeah. He's the first openly gay wrestler in WWE. Correct. Yeah.
Like, why
Which is
would
weird because everyone knows Pat Patterson is gay, but he wasn't openly gay. I don't know. Whatever. I
I
guess.
feel like why would it be Kenta?
Hmm?
Why wouldn't it be Kenta?
I don't think Kenta needs a run on New Japan Strong. I feel like the dudes who are New Japan stalwarts who are on Strong are only to make sure Strong is like to make sure more people pay attention to it. But Strong is still supposed to be like an American program. It's not really it's for the Japanese dudes who are willing to travel and also like aren't like doing something right now. But again, this is a belt, so maybe Kenta wants it.
I'm gonna go with Kenta. I'm gonna go with Kenta.
I mean,
I'm
I'm
gonna shake
cool.
it. I'm gonna shake it up. I'm gonna go with Kenta. But I do have love for Fred though, aka Darren Young.
Yeah, I do. Next one, Motor City Machine Guns versus
You said big dude pause. I was thinking Ezekiel Jackson type big.
no.
Like Darren Young ain't that big, but pause.
I mean, I am not a big human. Most wrestlers is big compared to me. I got like
That's true.
Hook, and that's about it. But everybody else is me and Ray. We cool. You feel me? That's about. But even then, Ray pretty jacked. So
No, Ray is
yeah,
big.
Motor City Machine Guns versus West Coast Wrecking Crew. West Coast Wrecking Crew are the home team, kind of, because this is again in Cali. But Motor City Machine Guns are the current champions. And again, I'm pretty sure they're done with Impact right now. So I don't see why they don't just, stay in New Japan and keep holding on to this belt. So I'm gonna say they're gonna retain.
All right, I go with that because they did catch a nice little second win as of late because they were if they ain't watched Impact back in the days, they were that team. They might have been like young buckish at that time, like because they were that team. I mean, you had to watch their matches, and then they kind of whatever stepped away for a little bit. Then when they came back, I was thinking like, oh shit, when older people come back, it don't really turn out too good. But they have had an amazing second act, and I'm glad to see that. So I'm gonna go with them retaining.
And in the next one, in a loser leaves New Japan match.
Do you have Samoa Joe?
Yeah, it's a Samoa Joe, sure.
All right.
It's Jay White versus Eddie Kingston. Loser leaves New Japan. If
I
Eddie
get that.
Kingston,
I thought he already had to lose New Japan.
Well,
He already got to leave.
No, Kingston did it. That's it's weird. I don't understand.
That's what I said. You can't have a leave with New Japan if you already got to leave.
If Kingston the stipulation is supposed to, I guess it's a continuation on the last one, is if Kingston loses, he has to ask permission from Jay White to come back. Which I think is if Jay wins, they're gonna have it to where a point where it's gonna be like, oh, I need a secret weapon, who I'm gonna recall. Like if I don't know. I don't see where they're gonna go with this because I mean Eddie isn't around New Japan really that much for it really to matter if he has to leave New Japan. But are you gonna kick Switchblade out of New Japan for Eddie Kingston? No disrespect.
I just can't.
That sounded very disrespectful, but no disrespect. It's Switchblade. Like
I can't see him losing twice. So is that like a stipulation to keep him in? Because you lost one, but you won the other.
You gonna go 50-50, but I was 1-1. We said I don't know because it was basically a double or nothing. But again, are you gonna have Jay? I mean, we didn't talk about what's Jay's next move. We did talk about it after the last New Japan big wrestling show, but this is definitely not where I saw it going, and I don't know.
Well, he did get snubbed at the dirt sheet, so where they said that Triple H likes him, but he likes somebody better than him. So that is true, and they did say that. I wouldn't want to. If I was Jay White, I'd be like, "Damn, y'all snubbed me already, and I didn't even get there."
That's not a good sign.
But I feel like he has to be AEW bound. WWE sounded cool only because of it's the big machine. But judging by booking, I wouldn't really give it that, although the pop would probably be crazy. Impact is cool. I'm still not sold on Impact yet, but it's cool. AEW, they do get lost. They do have people get lost in the sauce sometimes, but I feel like he looks better in AEW. Not because where AEW stands, although Tony, I don't know what you was on last night, B. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you was on last night, shouting out, you know what I mean, Ariel like that, but
Um,
I think
I think
AEW better look.
we talk about, especially me, with the way the indies opened back up post pandemic and the way things could have worked. We had a lot of more people working together. It's how it's supposed to work. We're not going back to the way the indies used to be in the 80s and 90s or even before that, but it opened up. But I think part of probably I think it's mostly WWE because I really don't know how everyone else's non-competes work, but non-competes probably one of the biggest things that are getting in the way of. I think if these companies they don't have to work together like hand in hand per se, but also, I mean, booking has been terrible across all companies for various different ways. If everyone had better booking and these dudes could really hop more, this wouldn't be that big of a deal. But we talking about even if Jay goes to AW booking, it's been pretty shaky. See, we say what we want about Impact all the time. Who we were in the group chat. I think in the group chat they asked who was NWA, who was that even for? We don't know who the target audience is for that. Like so many different wrestling. And yes, they have pockets of what's good. We could take it, which is probably a good thing. You take this from this show, take this from that show. But every time a dude leaves now, I'm no longer excited for a dude leaving any company or
Yeah.
a girl. I mean, Mercedes Moné Sasha, that was pretty fire because we ain't seen a woman with that type of star power move across, leave WWE first of all, and then go to New Japan. That's been a long time since that happened. That's why it was so momentous. But if you take that out of it, when people leave companies, the excitement is gone. It's because no one's going to use them right. They're either going to use just as bad as they were last to use, or the roster they're moving to is too full, they're not going to use at all. Because like the guys you just said came back to WWE, we were really excited. Nothing happened. Guys going to AEW, some of them getting lost in the sauce. The movement is fire if you're gonna do something, but the booking been shit. How are all the rosters too full? How did it happen? Like this don't make sense.
Yeah.
Too full and no booking. So I mean, I feel like if you're gonna choose somebody to leave, it gotta be Eddie. I know he already lost whatever, but Eddie gotta lose this because New Japan can't afford to lose Switchblade, and Switchblade going to AEW isn't as exciting to me.
Yeah, if you don't, I just say Switchblade is going back, but yeah, he's not. I don't think he's losing to Eddie. Not, I can't see him losing twice. Like he just lost to your boy, and I just can't see him losing twice. So I'm going Switchblade, and that was another long a long one too. But I
I mean,
can't.
that one that's street. So next, in a 50 rules fight, which is a type of hardcore. Well, I'm not gonna look up the rules. There's too many different types of hardcore, and this is probably some old timey thing that even I didn't know about. And I'm pretty much a wrestling historian nerd. So if I never heard about this type of hardcore, it's probably probably only used once or twice before. But it's Tom Lawler, not Jerry Lawler's son. Pretty sure he's not. Versus Homicide. A dude named Homicide in a hardcore match. I guess I'm gonna take Homicide, but I
That's
mean,
how
you could
much.
go.
That's how much for an impact.
Yeah,
Well,
and Tom Lawler's from MLW.
is Tom Lawler like that dude or no?
He was part of Violence Unlimited when he was in Ring of Honor. They were pretty fire. He had a belt in NWA, I believe.
Like I'm asking, like, is it a thing where Homicide's going to put him over, or is it a thing where they pretty much both like viewed the same? Because if they're viewed the same, I'm gonna go Homicide. If it's like a put over type, then I'm gonna go with the other dude.
Well, Tom Tom Lawler had a belt not too long ago, so he doesn't really need someone to put him over. This might just be one of those matches in there to make sure like there's different stuff on the card. I think this is like a upper mid card match that's gimmicked up.
Oh,
So I mean,
I'm looking at him. I'm gonna go with the Homicide.
yeah, I'm gonna go Homicide. Next up, Zack Sabre Jr., the New Japan World TV Champion, versus Clark Connors, which is a terrible wrestling name.
That belt is so ugly. And I don't know how y'all did it in Japan because y'all had some fire belts. I don't know who came up with that design of that TV title. That shit is horrible. Um, Clark Connors. Didn't he go to? Didn't he do it something AEW?
I don't recall him.
Is that the guy I'm thinking of?
Clark Connors is. I remember him specifically because me and him are the same height. He's 5'6". That's what I remember about Clark Connors. I don't remember where I've seen him though.
Yeah, he did. He have a match at AEW.
Yeah, so it's him versus Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. is the champion. I'm gonna roll with Zack Sabre Jr. keeping the belt, the ugly belt that you aforementioned. It is terrible. I'm not gonna count.
I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go with Connors because despite Zach being Zach, I feel like he got lost in the sauce. Like I feel like
I think that's why they gave him this belt though.
I feel like he was
Because he
on,
got lost in the sauce.
I feel like he was on fire, and then his shit just went out quick. Because I remember, I mean, if you know wrestling, you should know Zack Sabre. But if you don't know who Zach is, so you don't watch wrestling like that, he was on fire so much that you had to hear about who Zach was. So I feel like he was on fire, and then all of a sudden he just disappeared. So I wouldn't be mad if the belt switched to Clark, especially because, like I said, it's an ugly belt. So maybe want to get off him, but I'm gonna go with Clark.
All right, next up we're going with what should be the main event, but obviously isn't because there's another championship fight after it. It's Kyrie, formerly Kyrie Sane, versus Mercedes Moné, formerly Sasha Banks. Bro, I know all logic tells me Mercedes Moné should win this. They made a big deal. She's came over to New Japan, blah, blah, blah. But New Japan traditionally doesn't do stopover belts. Kyrie Sane has defended this belt one time. That's not a New Japan normal thing to switch it right now. I mean, maybe with one defense, yes, but that they usually do like a Brock Lesnar one defense, meaning, yeah, it's only one defense, but I done had it 6 months, and we're going to talk about this 6 months the whole time. I'm going to appear. We're going to make it seem like I defended it, even though it's only been one match.
Okay, so question to you before you do your pick.
Yeah.
Because you know the people over there. Are there bigger matches other than Kyrie that Mercedes can go?
My other problem. If Mercedes wins this, who's next? I think if she loses, you could do a rematch. More likely than if she wins to do a rematch.
But do you build her up that much to make her?
That's the thing. She can't lose. That's what I'm saying. Everything's telling me this got to be Mercedes Moné because she can't lose it. But who's next? Like I mean, then again, we didn't necessarily, leading up to it, yeah. But if you would have asked us, 3-4 months ago, oh yeah, it's gonna be Kyrie versus Mercedes Moné, ain't nobody was gonna say that. So I mean, should we really care about it that much, especially with the woman booking being what it is across all wrestling? Really, we've been trying to point it out, but at this point, we're at a point where it's everybody really.
You know what's interesting is that she had a ship. I think it was Sun Story or something. She put her versus Mickey.
What are you talking
about? Mercedes.
No, I don't think I saw that one.
She put a picture of her versus Mickey. So is that like a future tease?
We going belt collector? Sasha Banks belt collector would be fire. I don't know why I love this gimmick so much. I've seen it 10,000 times, but it works every time. I don't care.
And I did want her in Bullet Club, but if Jay gone, that's kind of done.
Now I've sold myself on that. On Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks belt collector. Damn, that'd be crazy. But yeah, I'm going Mercedes Moné. I really don't know what's next. I really guess I shouldn't care too much, but
I'm gonna go Mercedes because I love Mercedes. No shade to Kyrie, but also, like I said, it was such a big build-up to lose. Like to me, that's like all momentum gone.
And to finish up the card, a match I'm pretty sure I've seen at least 3 times. Then again, that might be my image. Is Kazuchika Okada, the IWGP World Champion, Heavyweight Champion, versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. Pretty sure I've seen this several times.
Oh yeah, we definitely seen this several times. Like
I'm pretty sure
I know about this one.
So I don't even remember how long Okada's had the belt this time, but
he just got it from Jay.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm telling you, I don't remember when that was not G1. What was it's been 2 months? Yeah, about 2 months. This is the beginning of the year. February is halfway through, right? So yeah, Okada's gonna hold on to it for me, I think. So it'd probably be a good match. Hopefully not too long because those two tend to go for 25 to 35-minute bangers, and I'm gonna be tired by this time because this is a
Yeah.
long card. It's gonna be 10 o'clock West Coast.
It says
And
Steve
I'm
got
out.
knocked. It says Steve got knocked out.
Who?
Tanahashi. The last match he just had. His front
Oh
teeth.
yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. I'm gonna go look at that. That is wrestling. That not see the eight. For the people who want that old school wrestling, there you go. Knocking each other's teeth out back in old school.
Tanahashi's like the older wrestler, though, right?
Yeah, Tanahashi's older.
Yeah, I already said I think Okada is like New Japan's John Cena. I don't see him losing. I think they gave it to Jay because Jay deserved it, but I think Okada's always been their person.
Okada, yeah. Okada's basically their new Tanahashi, but better? That might be disrespect. That might be blasphemy. I don't know. No. He's basically they're 9 years apart. And
He was like the younger line, the upcomer.
yeah, basically.
It was like a Cena Randy Orton type thing.
That's fair. Yeah.
Because they're both good, but they wanted Cena.
And if Cena wasn't around, Randy would probably get a lot more shine because he's yeah. Probably also a problem. Only difference is the problem with Randy's that's held him back, I think personally, is he can't go babyface. It's just it doesn't work. It's to all the biggest stars, even though there's a lot who've been mostly heels, they went babyface at least once to make that heel feel even better, except Cena, but he's only babyface. And you could call thugonomics. Some people do call that heel, whatever. Don't care.
And injuries.
Yeah, he's had a lot of injuries too. But yeah, he's just not. He was baby. I don't know when that might have been two.
The only babyface he's been good at is with Riddle.
And even then, he's like a tweener.
And we still wanted him to turn so they can get that match.
Yeah, we were waiting for him to like just destroy Riddle. So that's the end of these two cards. We had got some good wrestling going on today.
Yeah,
So.
man, we do have some good years. So if you watching, you know what I mean, you want to join the Discord, it's free. Jump up in there, talk to us while Elimination Chamber's on, or if you up there late and you want to watch Battle in the Valley, and we up in there, like
Don't fuck with us. But as always, you know what I mean? Get the merch, join the Discord.
Subscribe to the channel if you haven't did already. Should have, because it's mad disrespectful if you haven't. But got any parting shots, Kenny?
Make sure y'all check out that why you should be watching. We just uploaded that yesterday. It was probably, I think, my best one of the month.
I was gonna say the
next one up.
The Booker T one was fire. I was gonna say, and it was longer too because the other three, I think they were like some little quick bites. This one was a good 20 minutes. That was a banger.
Yeah. So, we're gonna have some more coming soon. We have a lot of things in the works. Y'all check out the Geek Out channel. Even my football season is over, so I'm definitely deciding this would be the time to revamp my Go for Two channel. I'm gonna be trying to do some more there, but obviously that comes with after I do more here. So we're gonna keep working. We got a lot of nerd stuff coming out, so Geeked Out should be fire too. The group chat is alive and well, so that's probably a good sign.
Yeah. We are writing a new comic strip for Geeked Out. We got our own little comic series going on. We're 12 chapters in. I mean, shout out JJ. I mean, we up in there. We doing our thing.
Writers Room Tuesday. I'll slide if it's Tuesday.
Writers Room. We here. That's on the Patreon only though. You can only watch those on the Patreon. So another reason to join the Patreon. If you want to join the Patreon for that, make sure you hit the Writers Room Patreon for that one. Other than that, get the merch, like I said, join Discord, do all the good stuff. Wrestling is fun right now. A lot of wrestling to be watched. Wrestling is a great time for us right now. So
that's another thing that reminded me because I went to a Super Bowl party and saw a lot of my friends, some of them from high school, and a lot of people still don't know that I do YouTube, whether it be this channel or the other one. So I'm probably gonna be dropping a little tiny intro video to just reintroduce myself. So when you get in the channel, you be like, oh, who's this dude? What do you know about wrestling? Well, I'm listening to him because what's his credibility? I mean, you might not want to care about what I gotta say, but if I tell you where I come from, what I know about wrestling, why I know about wrestling, maybe you take what I gotta say a little bit more serious and definitely check out those videos.
I hope you tell all those people to subscribe, son. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But
going around, hey, look, there it is. Click the button. There you go.
It's just kind of got a little more time, as he said, because football season over. And we might got a lot more, like a video I do want to do. You know what I'm saying? Do this real quick for y'all before we leave. Is why isn't Dolph Ziggler talked about more when he's a 2-time Grand Slam champion?
Oh, this you posted something like that.
2-time Grand Slam champion, and he ain't even really talked about. Mad disrespectful. So I do want to do a video about Dolph.
I mean, I think I know why, but we could do it. We could actually do a video.
Is it the Cena thing?
No, well, that's part of it. I think also the Sean
He
Sean tag murdered him too. Those two things do not go well together. The Cena thing that happened and being the next Sean, the closest thing to Sean, whichever way you want to call it. That's a hard title to carry.
He was coming for
Even
Nikki
him.
Bella. He was coming for Nikki Bella during John.
No, 100%. I'm just saying, like those two things together.
Man said he did not care. If you watch Total Divas, man said he did not care. He's like, I don't give a shit about John. so I get it. But like I said, we love wrestling. Hope y'all do too. I posted something for y'all to ask questions, but y'all didn't get back to me quick enough like y'all usually do. So y'all wait till after we air it and then y'all ask questions. But it's too late then. But if you want to have future questions on here, hit us on the Twitter. Someone's Chance WBTC. You know what I mean? Kenzo the Great is the THA. You know what I mean? But
You.
be yourself.